Hey everybody, welcome back to the 80s Slashers YouTube channel. In this video, I will be counting down my top 10 favorite foreign 80s slashers. Now, these are the films, that are categorized within the 80s slasher genre that were made outside of North America. So for me, foreign films means outside of North America. So basically, any 80s slashers that were made either in the United States or Canada, they won't be included on this list. Most of of the North American films kind of all have a similar feel, whether they're American or Canadian. They're kind of you can't really distinguish them apart that much. They're pretty similar. Uh, These foreign films, however, almost always feel a little bit different and sometimes very different than, you know, their um than their North American counterparts. They just seem to have a unique feeling that just makes them stand out. Yeah. Now, some of these films definitely border on some other, subgenres of horror. But, in my opinion, these are all, um, you know, I consider most of these all slashers because they have some fairly strong slasher elements. So, yeah, some of them are bordering, but that's kind of that's kind of the genre. These European ones, they kind of um, they're kind of hybrid films. Some of these, we'll talk about them. So yeah, so let's just get right into it, and let's just start off taking a look at number 10. Okay, so coming at number 10, from 1985, a film out of Sweden, we have Blood Tracks. Now, this film barely made the cut. Basically, when I rewatch this film, it's probably gonna go up or down in my overall ratings and my overall foreign film ratings. If it and it's basically because of this DVD. This is the only way I watched it. Terrible DVD. If you if you haven't seen my review, I have a review of this on my channel. Go check it out. I go into detail about it, but this was a terrible viewing experience. The audio quality was at a sync. The video quality was not good to watch, and I learned later on that I actually watched it. This is actually a cut version. Some of the kills, some of the violence, and some of the nudity was cut out of this. Um, so yeah, terrible experience. However, even with this, watching this terrible cut version, there was still a lot of fun moments. This film has a fantastic like mountain up in the mountains, snowy type setting, which is fantastic. There's some really unique, fun kills. There is good nudity, especially like when you watch like the uncut version. I seen some other stuff, and yeah, it has some really good nudity in the film. It just kind of follows around the theme of it, follows around like a rock band, a Swedish rock band, and that's just a good vibe, like a rock and roll slasher, like the band, their managers, the groupies, they're making a video, like a music video with the director and the cinematographer, all that stuff. It's great. It has a really good vibe. Um, the plot isn't anything special, the killers are fairly generic, and there's way too many characters. I get confused of who was who. That again, it kind of came into the DVD. It wasn't good quality, but like they were all the same. The characters. There was no character development, so there's definitely some some negatives with this film. But I think I definitely need a rewatch because there's something here. If I can get like if this ever gets like a proper Blu-ray release, I feel like this will go up in my rankings just because I feel like there is a good slasher here. I just didn't get to see it on my experience that I watched with this. So yeah, number 10, Blood Tracks. All right, let's take a look at number 9. Okay, so coming at number 9 from 1988, we have Edge of the Axe, which is a film from Spain. Now, um, I believe this is kind of like a co-production with the U.S. With the United States. And it kind of does feel like a hybrid. It feels like a film that's, has European roots and made by some, European cast and crew. But there is some, American flavors, and so it's interesting. It has an interesting mix. Um, for a late 80s slasher, I thought this film has a really good feel. It kind of, some of it kind of harkens back to the earlier 80s. Yeah, I just like the vibe of this film. There's like a little subplot in the film that deals with like the internet. So this is like what, 1988, and yeah, they're talking about like modems and like getting on the internet and whatnot. It's really fun to look back on it now. Looking like the beginnings of the internet back then, and the technology, the people in the film were like blown away, and it's just something, I don't know, something that stood out to me. I really liked that part of this film. But yeah, there's some brutal kills via, obviously an axe. They're very visceral, realistic. Like you're seeing like the axe just penetrate over and over again these victims, and it feels like you're actually watching someone getting stabbed with an axe. Yeah, I really enjoyed the kills in this film. The killer in this like white mask is creepy as all hell. Just a great look. Fantastic killer. The mask is great. There's no nudity in this film, which is fine. Like I said, the setting is just kind of like I don't know, it's just kind of like a rural town in the countryside, and but it just kind of has a good feel. Like I said, yeah, there's no standout setting, but I don't know. In plot wise, the twist at the end is good. We've seen it before, but it's a good reveal. I thought they did it pretty well. So yeah, I don't know. Edge of the Axe, it's just for me, it's just like a solid slasher that has some really, really good moments, and like the kills and the killer are great. So yeah, coming to number 9, Edge of the Axe. All right, let's move on to number 8. Okay, so coming in at number 8 from 1981, we have Madhouse, which is a film from Italy. And again, this is kind of a co-production. Most of the cast is American actors, and it was filmed in the United States in Georgia, I believe. But the crew the people who made the film is are from Italy. So again, it has that hybrid feel. Like it feels like a film that was made by Italians, but the cast and the locations are all in the United States, so it feels like that. So it's a weird, interesting mix, but it works really well. Um, this is a creepy film. Even by the cover, you can just see it's kind of creepy. Yeah, the, the little girl. There's a little girl, and like the main killer and whatnot is creepy. The dog is creepy. There's like the main setting is like an old abandoned, broken down house. That's creepy. Even like the story, like the premise of the story just has a creepy feel to it. It's like kind of like a sister thing going on. Yeah, this is a creepy film for sure. And another thing I like about this is this film really pushes the envelope. There's like I said, like you see, there's a dog here. There's many people who get killed by the dog, and it's just these deaths are vicious, man. Like you just seen a dog attacking someone's throat, and like it's really long. Some of these kills, it really is hard to watch. But then like they kill kids in this film. And then they kill animals in this film, and they show some of this stuff. Like they're really pushing the boundaries of what's okay on film. And I like that. But like I said, there's definitely some hard scenes to watch, especially if you're like an animal lover or whatnot. Yeah, like no animals actually got hurt, but you know what I'm saying. It's anyway, really good film, really atmospheric and creepy. Decent story. The ending is interesting. I've talked about it before. I reviewed this on the channel, so if you want to go into full detail, you can go check out the review. But yeah, this film is like a copycat ending, maybe another film. There's actually two other films that have this exact same ending, but this film and another more well-known film, the endings are like almost identical, almost like the exact same color scheme and like the setting. It's it's too coincidental to someone not have copied it. But anyway, very interesting. So, yeah, number 8 we have Madhouse. Good creepy film. All right, let's move on to number 7. Okay, so coming at number 7, from 1984, we have Don't Open Till Christmas, a film from the UK. I don't have a physical copy of this, but yeah, this is one of these lower budget, Christmas slasher films that's pretty sleazy. It's definitely a super sleazy slasher, a la your Maniac, New York Ripper, that sort of style of film. Um, but in terms of like a Christmas slasher, it does a really good job. It really captures Christmas feeling. What I would thought it would have been like, early 80s in London, and like I said, the London setting itself is really unique. Like I don't see many 80s slashers set in London, so it's really cool to see. They show us kind of the seedy underbelly of the city, like some like the underground, like the subway, like, the tube, whatever they call it there. There's like peep shows, um, like the adult cinemas, like people going checking out like strip shows and stuff like that. Like there's some really sleazy parts of London that they show, which is great for me. I love that stuff. The film has great kills, pretty mean spirited. A dude gets castrated while he's, using the washroom, and there's blood spraying everywhere. It's just that's the kind of stuff that you get in this film. There's lots of like sex and nudity, and the violence in the sex and nudity is mixed together sometimes to really up that sleazy vibe. Now this isn't the best looking film by any means. Like I said, it's lower budget. It's not one of your glossy, well-made film. So it's not for everybody. And like I said, it's a Christmas slasher, so it's not like you can watch it all year round. But if you really dig the sleazy type of film, this is a good one to watch over the holidays. Yeah, Don't Open to Christmas. It surprised me. It was a first time watch for me this past holiday season. It really surprised me. So yeah, so count number 7, Don't Open Till Christmas. All right, let's move on and take a look at number 6. Okay, so coming in at number 6 from 1980, we have Nightmares, which is a film from Australia. And this is another sleazy, grimy type of slasher, but this is done Australian style, and it does have that well, like I said, like that Ozploitation feel, but it's just Ozploitation through the 80s slasher genre, and it's fantastic. It's a really good job. This film has some really good kills. Like they're really fun. There's a lot of like chase sequences, like POV chase sequences, people getting killed when they're like naked or having sex. And like I said, there's lots of nudity, so that's like the kills and the sex scenes are kind of mixed together a couple times. Really mean spirited. Yeah, the kills are great in this. Um, this has like a theater setting, like people are like working on and auditioning for like a Broadway style, live performance theater. So a lot of the film is set in like one of those theater settings, and it's great. It's a really good place to set a slasher film. The only knock I have on this film is it's really predictable, like super predictable. But that's fine. But I guess I don't enjoy that. I like to try to I like a little mystery, try to figure it out, and I like it when I can't figure it out and they pull a quick one on me, and when they have the reveal, you're like, I didn't see that coming. I That's one of the main things I like about this genre. So this one doesn't have that, but everything else is really good, really, really great. And like I said, because of like that Ozploitation feel, it's just really unique within the genre. And it's just a really good, sleazy Australian slasher, and definitely one that's worth your time, I think. All right, let's move on and take a look at number 5. Okay, so coming at number five from 1981, we have Bloody Moon, a film from Spain. This is a Jess Franco film. This is his take on the 80s slasher, and he's kind of like the king of exploitation. He's exploitation in every other little subgenre, and that's exactly what we get here. This has one of those really good, like a Euro sleaze feel. You can tell a lot of these films, these forward films, are sleazy. They like to put the sex and the violence together. And this one's no different. Um, this is, like I said, this is a Spanish film filmed in Spain, so it has that look, and it feels like that. But then a lot of the cast, especially the women, they're all like German or like Scandinavian, like the tall blonde type of women, like from, like I said, I think they're German in the film. They play German college students, like foreign exchange students. So it's different in that regard. It's pretty neat. But yeah, it's like kind of like a private school, like a college setting where like these women are going to learn Spanish. They're German. They're going to learn Spanish for whatever reason. And the school is kind of by a water setting. It's great. It's a fantastic setting. It's filmed really good. And again, the kills in this are the highlight for me. They're fantastic. Again, plenty of these kills have like women are as they're undressing or as they're having sex. There's just that sleaziness to them. And mean spirited again. Some of these kills are really mean spirited, but they're fun to watch. The highlight kill, of course, is there's a circular saw kill. It's fantastic. It's really long. It's really graphic. You get to see a lot. The camera doesn't cut away too often. It's one of the better practical effect kills in the whole genre. Just for that one kill, it's fantastic. The plot's pretty good, you know. Nothing elaborate, but it's pretty good. It's kind of twisted because there's kind of like an incest theme going on. So again, the sleaze here, this Euro sleaze, it's different from the American because they don't care. They push the boundaries, whatever they want to do. So yeah, plot wise, it's pretty good. Um, I should say this film's some of the score has like a really gave me a really Pink Floyd vibe. So if you like music and you like Pink Floyd, some of the score has like a guitar riff, like a David Gilmour, um, I don't know, Pink Floyd, like from I don't know, Dark Side of the Moon kind of era. That kind of reminded me of that. I don't know. But yeah, there's lots to like about Bloody Moon. It's really good. But like I said, the kills are the highlight. And if you're gonna watch it for anything, just go watch it for the circular saw kill. It's fantastic. So yeah, coming number five, Bloody Moon. All right, let's take a look at number four. Okay, so cut number four from 1989, we have Nightmare Beach. This is a film from Italy. And again, this is kind of a co-production-ish thing. So it was filmed in Florida, and there's some American actors, like I said, John Saxon, Michael Parks. But it was the people who made the film were from Italy. So and it it feels like an Italian style of film. It has that look and feel at times, but it also feels like an American because, like I said, this is a lot of film because this is one of the only films that is half slasher, but it's also half like teen sex comedy. Like your Porky's and your Revenge of the Nerds and your Spring Break and your Hot Moves. Though that little subgenre of 80s movies, this is like split equally. So it takes place in that world of like a Revenge of the Nerds type, going on spring like especially Revenge of the Nerds Part 2, and they go on they're in Miami, I think, and that's where this is filmed, and they're going on resort spring break vacation. So it's in that world, but then there's a serial killer, and it plays out like an 80s slasher. So it's an Italian style 80s slasher. It's great. It's really unique. It's really fun. Like I said, like that spring break setting it's so much fun to watch. That's like my second favorite subgenre of film after the 80s slasher. It's just I just love those types of films, and to have that set within like a slasher film is just it's perfect for me. I absolutely love it. And this film looks good. And there's a lot to like. You know, the really good kills. They're fun. There's like like you see like a motorcycle. One of the main weapons is the actual motorcycle, like electrocuting people and stuff. It's so funny. Like this is '89, so there's some cheese in this one. Um, but it's just it's really fun. You know, it has your it has some nudity. It has a decent mystery. The twist reveal is pretty solid. You know, it's nothing too doesn't it won't blow your mind, but it's good. Um, yeah, this is Nightmare Beach is just a fun film. If it like I said, if you're a fan of both of those subgenres of films, like me, you should love this. So yeah, coming at number four, Nightmare Beach. All right, let's take a look at number three. All right, so coming at number three from 1987, we have Stage Fright. This is another film from Italy, and this is a very stylistic slasher. Very, just the look of this film is beautiful, you know. And this Stage Fright is the film in this list that really borders on the giallo subgenre, but in my opinion, it's without a doubt a slasher film. But it does feel like giallo at times. This is another one that's set within that theater setting, similar to Nightmares. This one even more so. It's in the theater setting, and this is amazing. It's really good. It's utilized really well. They're backstage. There are scenes on the stage, the dressing room, the makeup room, the wardrobe area, up above, and like the catwalks over the lights. They utilize the entire area. It's fantastic. The killer is in this bizarre owl mask. It doesn't show it here. It's got like these feathers and stuff. It's very strange killer. And pretty unique, but it works. Again, it's stylistic. It matches the whole film. It's really weird. Um, Fantastic kills. Some of these kills are really good, and of course, like everything else, some of them are very stylistic with like feathers floating in the air. Um, really good. Um, there's some light nudity, nothing a lot in this film, but there's enough to for the little titillation that's usually required in the genre. The plot's fine, the story plays out. It's pretty predictable. There's no big surprise or reveal. Um, yeah, Stage Fright is one of the most stylish slashers within the whole genre. It's just a beautiful film, so nice to watch. Um, but it just has some really amazing slasher elements. So fantastic setting, good kills, just a beautiful film. So yeah, coming at number three, 1987, Stage Fright. All right, let's move on and take a look at number two. Okay, so coming at number two from 1982, we have The New York Ripper, yet another film from Italy. And this one is, as you see, directed by Lucio Fulci. And this is, his '80s slasher film. He's done a lot of gory, zombie flicks and all that kind of stuff. This is a straight up '80s slasher. Again, some giallo tones for sure. But this film is off the charts in sleaze, in terms of like kills and nudity. It's yeah, this film's super sleazy, and I love it because of that. This film definitely has a distinct Fulci feel, like an Italian feel, even though it takes place in New York. So it's weird. It's like, it's it's filmed in New York City, but it doesn't feel like your typical American film. It feels like an Italian film. So that's what I kind of like about this. It's really good. Um, and yeah, like setting the film in New York City, that setting is fantastic. It's because this is at the time, this is like early '80s when New York was still dirty and sleazy. It wasn't all glossy like it is today. Like it was, and it utilizes that, like going down in like the subways and those like live sex shows. It's just Yeah, it just captures the worst parts of the city back in the 80s. And yeah, it's fantastic. The kills are just incredibly mean-spirited, ultra violent, ultra violent. It's like we got stuff like female genitalia mutilation, like women getting cut from like their nipples. Man, like it's really mean-spirited. It's really sleazy. And then like you know, some of like the sex and nudity in this is cringeworthy at times. Like you're watching like a live sex show. There's a couple scenes of people with toes. I won't get into it. There's like some things with something going on with toes under the table. Um, yeah, there's some there's some cringy moments. And then you know, like you couple that with the violence and put them together, and it's just it's off. This film's off the charts sleazy. So yeah, this film is definitely not for everyone. But if if you like your slashers sleazy, it doesn't get much more sleazier than the New York Ripper. So yeah, I love this film. I think it's fantastic. And you get to hear a guy quacking like a duck. Yeah, that's pretty great. All right, let's move on to number one. Okay, so coming at number one, also from 1982, we have Pieces, a film from Spain. Now, this is one of the most over the top, off the wall slashers in the entire genre. It's probably the most over the top, just in everything. It's you want to throw the word gratuitous around. This that's all this film is. Gratuitous violence, gratuitous nudity, gratuitous just everything, like the humor, just like it's just this film is bonkers. It's crazy. It's kind of hard to put into words until you watch it. If you haven't seen this film and you don't know what I'm talking about, you can't really explain it to people. You just have to watch it, and it's either you're gonna love it or you're gonna be like, "What the hell am I watching?" Um, I obviously I love this film. Even though again, this film does definitely have some of that giallo tone, especially in the way it tells the story and like the reveal and how the whole plot revolves. That's super giallo. But everything else, the way like the kills are set up and all that stuff, it's definitely a slasher film. Um, Now, yeah, just starting with like the whole premise of the film is just like there's a killer out there collecting basically female body pieces, I'm trying to construct a woman out of random, like if he sees this, oh, I like that woman's legs, I'm gonna take her legs. This other woman, I like her arms, and they can stitch a body together. It's just the whole premise is crazy. And then, but then you get like the kills that go along with this crazy premise, and like, and we see it via dismemberment through like most of them are with like a chainsaw, and we get to see like the chainsaw cutting off arms and legs, and it's insane. Um it's just I don't know, it's great. And if you haven't seen it, it sounds crazy. It's better than it sounds in my opinion. I just it's so off the wall. I don't know. And then like you throw in like copious amounts of nudity. Some of those are mixed in with the kills, like women naked getting killed. It's just a great mix of Euro sleaze, giallo, and just your regular 80s slasher. It's such a unique film. There's nothing quite like it um, within the genre. This film's even funny at times, but it's not like intentional comedy. It's just you're watching it, and some of the stuff is so crazy that you just laugh out loud 'cause you're like, "What am I watching?" But it's enjoyable. But it's just one of those films that it's just a blast to watch. If you haven't seen Pieces, definitely check it out. Again, not a film for everybody. I can see a lot of people hating this film, but if you're watching this channel if you've been watching my channel for a while and you kind of agree with some of my opinions, um, and you like the sleazy, the ultra violent, oh god, ultra excellent. You'll love Pieces. It's one of the best. So yeah, that's it. That's it, everyone. That's my top 10 foreign 80s slashers. So yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed that. And yeah, all right. Until next time. All right. See ya.